Our purpose as an organisation is to enable the economic well-being of people on low incomes, especially women and girls.
I imagine the aspiration is to reach as many people as possible, because part of inclusion is actually getting out there and inviting people in. What do you see are the key ways in which we can really start to drive that forward?
Yeah, I think there are many ways that we can achieve financial inclusion that's in all of our interest. I think one is really to understand people's aspirations, to really to believe that there's a philosophical element, then there's a practical element. Really, I think in this day and age, to believe in the innate ability of people to become actors in their own future and embracing that, and to use what's called strength-based community development. So see the strengths in a person, see the strengths in their community, tap into those strengths rather than saying you've got a deficit, there's something missing in your community and we're here to supplement that. That's a philosophical level. From a practical level, I think we really can't underestimate the importance of face-to-face conversation. So having a conversation with somebody about their dreams and aspirations, and then putting it into and hearing that first, and then saying, well, here are the economic and financial enablers that can help that, rather than going and saying, do you need a loan? Do you need a savings? Do you need remittance capability? You know, that as bankers, you know, we can, and me as a past banker, we can quite often think, well, everybody has the same product understanding.
Yeah, oh, most certainly. And I think financial inclusion, as you say, breeds kind of self-esteem, and it breeds active participation in society as well, which is good for everybody.
It is, and it's not just good for the 3 million people that are currently financially excluded in Australia. We are making significant progress, but it's good for all of us. And you know, our vision is for the fullness of life for all people living in connected, resilient communities.
What are the sort of trends that you're seeing emerging? What's getting better? What's getting worse?
Yeah, well, Good Shepherd works in 72 countries around the world, and inclusive finance is a core part of what we do in supporting women and girls to live full lives. What we're seeing around the world at a macro level, there are 2 billion people out of the 7.5 billion on the planet that are deemed to be severely or completely financially excluded. They can't get access to the basics, even having a bank account or access to credit or any form of savings capability. And that's a very significant number. That means that people's aspirations, their goals are really being unrealised. Their true potential, their fullness of life is not being achieved. And as a society, we really need to make sure we do everything we can. We are seeing significant improvement, Shannon, of the 2 billion that are excluded, fully financially excluded. At least 350 million people have been reached over the last 10 years through inclusive finance, microfinance, savings, remittances, and so that there is hope. At a more local level, the Asia Pacific, there are some significant improvements that are happening. All of us, apart from 5% of the population, have been at close proximity to financial hardship and have been worried or anxious about financial situations. So we can empathise. You know, if there are periods in our lives where there is relative stability, we can certainly empathise whether it's a family member, a friend, or even someone that you see, you know, that you come into contact with.